Okay, folks, now if you are a Pokemon fan and you're on YouTube, then you probably know about Lumio's trainer Zach now going by Zatoshi, channel mascot being Ash Greninja. Now, I was looking at a recent upload. I believe he did a video a day or two ago entitled Who Would Be in the Next Masters 8, strictly based on the anime. And it's like, hey, if they did a Masters 8 tournament in the Horizons anime, what 8 trainers would make the cut? And in the honorable mention, Nemona was listed. And he mentioned how in the anime, Gita and Nemona don't seem to be as powerful as they are in the games. And of course, we know Gita is... the majority has placed her as the worst champion ever in the games. And based off of her losing to Roy, Dot, and Liko in a triple battle in the anime, she just, no, Gita ain't it. And then recently, I did a video with Roy after the 1 year time jump beating Nemona in a double battle where, strangely enough, the rules were the side that loses one Pokemon first loses the match. And Mega Lucario knocked out her Palmont, and all she had left is Rabambi. And I think it is safe to assume that even if the battle continued, Nemona still would have lost because she was up against 2 Pokemon at the same time. She had a type disadvantage too. So, yeah, Roy, Liko, and Dot defeated the region's champion before going to Area 0. Then you have a 1 year time jump. And Roy single-handedly defeats Nemona, who I don't know for a fact if Nemona is stronger than Gita in the anime like she is in the games. I've always been confused even with the game logic. Like, Gita is La Primera, like the top champion, the best of the best. Yet the goal of any Paldean student to become champion ranked is to defeat Gita. And Nemona has already done it. I mean, even Gita said, I lost to Nemona, and even during that battle, I knew Nemona wasn't going all out. So why isn't Nemona top champion? I don't even know what to... I know age really isn't mentioned all that often in Pokemon because, with Ash Ketchum being 10 years old for like 30 years, give or take. But Nemona is president of the Academy's Student Council. And I've always wondered, like, so what exactly is Nemona? Is she like a super senior? I don't think she's ever been held back or anything, but it just seems like she's far more battle savvy than her classmates. I mean, that was one of the themes in the series of the game, where basically you have this trainer who's so good, no one wants to battle her because they know she'll crush them. I mean, heck, look at the video game Scarlet and Violet. Nemona, at the time, is already champion ranked. I mean, we start our journeys, we get our first Pokemon, and she chooses 1-2, and she almost hits the reset button on herself because she sees potential in the player character to be a good rival. So essentially, it's almost like Dragon Ball Z. Imagine we're in the Buu saga. Goku, who can go Super Saiyan 3, decides, you know what? This random person who has a power level the same as I did when I trained with King Kai, over 8,000, 9,000 if we're talking to English Funimation dub or whatever. I think they're so good. Their potential so good. I'm going to restrict myself so much from using my most powerful form in order for, them to kind of catch up so we can have a good fight. Well, honestly, Goku and Oob would be a better example. Same idea. But when I think about Nemona, and look, I never really had a tough time battling her in the game. I chose Quaxley, even though I kind of regretted it when I saw its final form for the first time. But yeah, I chose Quaxley. And I will admit, even though she wasn't the toughest opponent, because, in the game with the freaking experience share and the ability to just go to dang near everywhere on the map before you even get the first badge. You can get, yeah, because there was no level scaling in Scarlet and Violet, so sometimes you might be over level without even intentionally doing it. I know for me, every time I battled Nemona, it would be a sweep. I would switch out Pokemon when needed and whatnot. The only time I lost a Pokemon battling her was after I defeated Gita, and then you go back to the area of the school, and it has like the opening with all the shops and everything, and then it has like the Pokeball arena, basically the battlefield in the middle of the walkway. It was the final battle of the game. I forgot. I think it was her Gudra or something. I forgot. I know I lost one Pokemon, and that was the first time battling her that I lost. I think I was using. I can't remember what Pokemon it was because my team consisted of Quackaball, Shiny Mudsdale, Skullvillain, Shiny Salamence. Well, no, it wasn't Shiny. I wasn't even going to use Salamence, but I found a random Bagon and I caught it, and I think it was it Timid or Jolly? I forgot what nature it was, but I'm like, you know what? Perfect nature for no, I think it was Jolly. I got to go back and look. I haven't picked up Scarlet and Violet in over a year. Okay, yeah, I remember now. It was Quackaball, a Belly Bolt, and a Shiny Mudsdale because I randomly came across a Shiny Mudbray by accident. It was my first shiny I caught in the game, and I wasn't going to use it, but I'm like, okay, that's the perfect nature for high defense and low special attack. I think that's impish. I could be wrong, but yeah, I said, you know what, it's going to be on the team because these two Pokemon were great. They took me through some great, tough battles because Belly Bolt gets hit, doubles the electricity power of its next electric move, and Mudsdale, or the stamina ability plus counter, excellent. So those three I remember. The Salamence I caught, Scovillain, and Goldango. Yeah, that was my final Pokemon. And I think I had lost Salamence because it beat Gudra. And I think I used a move that I thought would one-shot her Palmot, but it didn't, so it used Ice Punch, and I'm like, crap. So that was my first time losing a Pokemon to Nemona during a battle. And yeah, I bring that up to think about Nemona as a character. She is good, but part of me wonders if she is what's the expression? A big fish in a small pond. Basically, like, yeah, Nemona's tough, but number one, like, do we ever get to see her like top tier team? Like, what was the team she used to defeat Gita? The battle that Gita felt that, man, even though Nemona crushed me, I still feel like she wasn't even using her full power. And then when we meet Nemona at the beginning of the game, she purposefully starts at like level 1. I think Pami is like her only Pokemon to showcase terrestrialization, as well as picking the starter that's weak to the one we chose. So, yeah. And if we go all the way to the end of the DLC at the Blueberry Academy, it's a solid team. She has 2 starters, her Palmot, and I'm going off the team because I based off of Quaxley. And then, Komao is her pseudo. Then she has Lycanroc, Dusknoir. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good team, based on the move sets and whatnot. But I'm really thinking like, how would Nemona do outside of Paldea? Like how many other champions could she defeat? Like, could she defeat Lance? Could she defeat Steven Stone? She's good, but I think Cindy is better. I mean, I think she could probably take Diantha, but I don't know. Her Mega Gardevoir Fairy type moves takes out half her team. Greninja, Komao, and Palmot. Shadow Ball on Skeledirge. Shadow Ball on Dusknoir. I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Nemona is actually a strong champion? I know in the anime she's good, but I don't think she's that great. I just feel like the Paldean trainers have been just kind of low key nerfed for the sake of the anime. The story they're telling with Roy, Liko, and Dot, because seriously, Gita getting beaten by middle stage Pokemon that couldn't be higher than like level 25. And I know levels in the anime are just a moot point, but still. Then Roy using Mega Lucario and whatnot, it seems like he jumped to Nemona's level, if not surpassed her, after the 1 year time jump, which makes sense because Nemona does train, but you got to think about it. It's like the video I made talking about me thinking Roy will win, and then the aftermath of the battle. I'm like, it makes sense. Roy could grow a lot more in 1 year than Nemona because he has a lot of ground to cover. Nemona is already top dog at the academy, and there aren't really many other trainers at the school to challenge her. She's just looking around trying to battle someone, but nobody can measure up to her. While Roy went to Kalos and got a lot better. So I hope they really give Nemona a showcase of how strong she's truly meant to be. Perhaps in a future arc at Paldea's academy where we do see a Pokemon League of sorts. It will be interesting. But yeah, I just think for right now, Nemona's probably got that Dondozo feeling of being a big fish in a small pond. But when you take her out of that setting and set her up against some of the more elite trainers in the anime, they don't even have to be champions, but I'm talking like maybe some elite fours or some tough gym leaders. She might not be that tough. I mean, look, even some of Ash's rivals, I honestly don't think she could take down Gary Oak or Paul. But hey, like I said, only time will tell. But with that being said, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.